Can't you believe it, guys? The Mario movie, only 2 weeks away. The Mario movie is in 2 weeks. But yeah, I'm really excited about this movie. It's looking to be one of the best, if not the best, video game adaptation of all time. And I'm a pretty massive Mario fan. I've been looking forward to this movie ever since it was first announced in 2018, when they said, like, Illumination and Nintendo would be partnering to make a movie. Like, I've been following that, like, the whole way through, and it's finally here. Mario movie will just be released in a couple weeks, and I'm just really excited. And we have gotten some new clips recently for the movie. One of them was kind of revealed alongside, like an airing of Despicable Me 3, and I believe the one that they showed was the one where it showed new footage of, like, the sewer pipe area under Brooklyn, where Mario and Luigi were separated into both the Mushroom Kingdom and the Bowser Kingdom, respectively. So, yeah, that was cool that we got some new footage of that, and that kind of got me thinking about how the first few minutes of the movie will play out, and how they'll portray Mario's origins. So, we do know some bits and pieces about Brooklyn and how Mario and Luigi will live there, and how the Mario Brothers plumbing is and everything, since we got the reference to the Super Show with the Mario Brothers plumbing ad, which I thought was absolutely amazing. Probably one of the best things we've gotten out of the movie so far in terms of, like, advertising and things. And yeah, it's just pretty exciting that they're referencing the Super Show. Like, it seems like the Mario Brothers plumbing and the fact that Mario and Luigi are in Brooklyn, kind of getting sucked into a pipe into the Mushroom Kingdom, that whole premise seems to be an homage to the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, as well as the 1993 Mario movie. Like, most early Western adaptations of Mario kind of follow that model. I know, like, Super Mario Bros. Was kind of always implied to be, like, based on that, like, with Mario and Luigi as plumbers kind of entering the Mushroom Kingdom. That was really always implied, like, ever since Super Mario Bros. But I feel like Super Mario Bros. Super Show and the 1993 Mario movie definitely expanded upon that concept. And it seems like the Mario movie is definitely expanding upon it even more here, which I really like. So, yeah. So we do know some things about the Mario Brothers plumbing, and I'm excited to see how that will be portrayed in the movie. Like, is it, like, run out of their house? Do they have, like, an area where they're, like, kind of like in the Super Show, like, where they just, like, hang out and, like, get fulfill, like, orders and different things like that. I'm looking forward to see how that is portrayed and everything. We did see the van, and we did see them, like, very short clips of them, like, working on, like, sinks and different things. So we'll just have to see how they'll portray that specifically. And one thing that I think will be interesting is with Foreman Spike. So we really don't know anything about Foreman Spike outside of the one, like, review thing that we saw on the Mario Brothers Plumbing website, like, with the Spike is Cool account there, where he's like the subpar Mario Brothers. So yeah, that's really the only information that we got about Foreman Spike. I feel like the only reason we know Foreman Spike is going to be in the movie is because the actor said it before. I think that's the only reason why they revealed that in the direct in 2021. I don't think they really would have revealed that Foreman Spike was going to be in the movie otherwise. So, yeah, there's some people that are thinking that Foreman Spike isn't going to show up at all, but, like, I feel like, since they have the actor in, like, the advertising and the credits and the everything like that, like, he's definitely gonna be in the movie. Like, if they already announced it, I don't think there's, like, any chance that he's gonna be, like, cut from the movie or anything. That would be really weird, so I think he's gonna be in the movie and everything, but yeah. Foreman Spike is probably gonna be a thing where Mario and Luigi is gonna work for them before they start the Mario Brothers plumbing. So yeah, that's basically what it implied on the website there. So that's going to be pretty interesting to see. And another thing that would be interesting to see is like a reference to the amount of jobs that Mario had, like in different games. Obviously, probably not all of them, like when they're still in Brooklyn, but like it would be cool to see like some of them, like a cement factory, like Mario. I know this would be kind of weird to see in a kids movie, but like Mario going to war. Maybe they'll just like slightly imply it by like Mario wearing like a army outfit or something, or a uniform or something, and he's like somewhere, but they're probably not going to show any details. I think that would be a funny reference to Mario Bombs Away, but like I think it would be cool if they kind of go through like a montage of like different references to the Game & Watch games and some of the early kind of Mario like, things that he did in different things, because it's kind of implied that all of those things happened before Super Mario Bros. So I think that would be cool to see at least some of those referenced. And yeah, so another thing that I think is kind of interesting is like the pipe sewer area that they were showing in some of the trailers and some of the TV spots that we've seen. And yeah, I wonder if they're gonna do references to Arcade Mario Bros. I think that's definitely possible that they'll reference that there, because it really, like, I've always, like, my headcanon, and possibly, like, a lot of other people feel that, like, Mario Bros. Happened, like, directly before Super Mario Bros. Like, I think it would be pretty interesting, like, before they enter the Mushroom Kingdom, if they see, like, sidesteppers and shell creepers, because the shell creepers are pretty similar to Koopas. I mean, like, Chris Pratt even, like, mistook a shell creeper for a Koopa, because he loves to stomp Koopas in the original Mario Brothers arcade. So, yeah, maybe they'll have shell creepers in, that area there, because they're basically, like, kind of more primitive versions of the Koopas, so maybe they'll show them there. And yeah, I think it would be interesting if they kind of reference like the arcade Mario Bros. There. But yeah, another thing that I think will be interesting is like basically the relationship that Mario has with Luigi and how they'll handle like how they care about each other as brothers. And because I saw during one of the interviews, like in the background, you could hear a little bit of the audio. Like I heard like a clip like where Mario was like trying to grab onto Luigi while they were like floating through that warp area to the Mushroom Kingdom, and they were like, "As long as we stick together," like I think they said something like that. So it kind of implies that, like, I mean, it really makes sense since like. I don't know where, like, the theories were coming from that Mario hated Luigi, but, like, they definitely care about each other. Like, if you've seen, like, any of the Luigi's Mansion games, or, like, the Paper Mario games, the Mario and Luigi series, like, they clearly care about each other. They're brothers. Like, I don't know where all of these weird theories, like, it seems like people were kind of, pulling that out randomly, but like, of course they're gonna care about each other in the movie, and I'm glad that they're kind of emphasizing that fact and everything. And another interesting detail that has really never been touched on in the games is Mario's family, and the SMD Plumbing website actually kind of partially hinted towards Mario and Luigi like having parents that will be in the movie, because there's one account on like the review section called Bro's Mom. So, and it's like a good review and everything, and it said treated me like family, which kind of implies that it's Mario and Luigi's mom. So we've never seen Mario and Luigi's parents. Like I think there were some like very obscure things from like the late 80s that showed like Mario and Luigi's parents, but other than that, like looking in like the actual like any of the other adaptations of Mario or any of the games, like there's really no like presence of Mario and Luigi's family. So I think that would be pretty interesting if they showed that. And there was also another account on there called Jumpman, and people were kind of thinking that it was like that Jumpman was going to be a separate person from Mario, or Mario was going to have like a like that was going to be Mario's dad and everything, or he was like also named Mario or something, since technically Mario has had the same name since Donkey Kong Jr. and technically even in the original Donkey Kong, even though it didn't show his name in there. So I think it would be weird if they kind of made Jumpman a separate person from Mario. I really don't think they're gonna do that. Like, because in the games, like in Super Mario Odyssey, they implied that Mario was the exact same person that he was in the original Donkey Kong, and it just, like, it seemed like they kind of, like with the original arcade games, it kind of seemed like they were sticking to Mario being the same character, then leading into Super Mario Bros. So I kind of doubt that the one account on there, Jump.man, is Mario and Luigi's dad. I think it's just a reference to, like, Jumpman, and they'll probably reference Mario being called Jumpman in the movie at some point, maybe even in the, first few minutes of the movie, like when they're in Brooklyn. So, yeah, there is a possibility that Mario and Luigi's dad will be in the movie, but I don't think it's gonna be like the Mario that was in Donkey Kong. I don't really think they're gonna do that. Like, I feel like that would kind of ruin any continuity that was left in the Mario franchise. Like, but yeah. So another thing related to that is the Kongs. So yeah, there's been like a few things recently that people were discussing about like the Kongs appearing like before Mario and Luigi enter the Mushroom Kingdom or not. I think there might have been like an interview where they kind of changed things about like how the Kongs were being portrayed, but I wasn't really sure what exactly it was. But I feel like the Kongs will mostly stay in like the DK Island area. I'm not sure if they're gonna show them at the beginning of the movie. I don't know. There might be a possibility that like Cranky Kong shows up in the beginning of the movie or something, kind of hinting towards the Kongs being in the movie later. They have Pauline in the movie, like it showed in one of the posters. So I think it would be weird if they excluded the Donkey Kong thing happening in Brooklyn, but we'll just have to see how that plays out. And another thing about the Kongs that I just wanted to mention is that I'm glad that they kind of changed the continuity for the Kongs, or some of the, how the Kongs worked and everything. So basically, Cranky Kong was originally meant to be, like, the modern DK's grandfather, and then Donkey Kong Jr. was the modern DK's father, which never really made that much sense to me. Like, I know everyone pushes it to be the canon, but honestly, I didn't really like that idea. I mean, it could work, but considering like the time gap between Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Country probably isn't like too drastic, considering Mario is kind of like relatively like Mario is kind of like Mario doesn't really age that much between Donkey Kong and then any of the other games in the Mario franchise. So I don't think that much time has passed between the original Donkey Kong and all of the other games in both the Mario and Donkey Kong franchise. So it never really made sense to me that modern DK would be the son of Donkey Kong Jr., and we've never really seen an adult Donkey Kong Jr., and the fact, like, that a Donkey Kong Jr., like, an adult version of him even existing as Donkey Kong Jr. just kind of seems weird to me. So, yeah, like, I feel like the way the movie is handling this and kind of partially retconning this, even though the movie technically isn't canon, it's, even though that, like, the retcon in the context of the movie, I feel it kind of makes sense to me. But yeah, not everyone agrees with that, and I respect that opinion, but personally, I kind of like how they're handling it. But yeah. So, there's also some other things that I wanted to mention. Like, in Brooklyn, they mentioned that there was gonna be a Punch-Out pizza place. So, I think Chris Pratt mentioned that in an interview, and I think that would be pretty interesting to see. And, like, more Nintendo references would be pretty interesting to see, like, when the Mario Bros. Are in Brooklyn in general. So, that would be nice to see. And the final thing that I think will probably be at the opening of the movie, that's kind of my prediction for the opening of the Mario movie, is Yoshi's Island. It makes a lot of sense to reference Yoshi's Island in the movie. I know, like, the Mario Bros. Start out in Brooklyn and everything, but it would kind of make sense if they, like, start out, like, in the realm of the Mushroom Kingdom, like, on Yoshi's Island, and eventually get sent to, Brooklyn and everything where they live, like, through their childhood up until, like, they enter the Mushroom Kingdom again. So I think that would make a lot of sense to have Yoshi's Island at the beginning of the movie. Like, I feel like it's partially implied due to the fact that Bowser kind of captures Luigi, and I think it's kind of implied by Kamek that there's, like, a prophecy, that the Mario Bros. Will kind of lead to the destruction of the Koopa Kingdom. That I don't think it was said explicitly, but I think that was kind of implied by Kamek in some of the trailers and ads that we've gotten. So it would make a lot of sense to reference Yoshi's Island at the beginning of the movie. And I think it would even reflect the fact that Luigi's kind of being captured for part of the movie, that, like, baby Luigi would be kind of captured at the beginning of the movie in, like, a sequence about Yoshi's Island. But yeah, a Yoshi's Island kind of scene at the beginning of the movie would make a lot of sense. But yeah, those are some of my predictions and some of my thoughts on how the Mario movie will start and how Mario's origins will be played out. So yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. And make sure to check out my Discord server if you want to. Goodbye.